This is David Malukas, and you're listening to the Indy Sports Car Podcast.
Love to eat turkey. Love to eat turkey. I love you. Love to eat turkey, 'cause it's good. Love to eat turkey like a good boy should, 'cause it's turkey to eat. So good. That clapping's messing my head up, man. I appreciate it. But I was trying to think of the next line. I'm like, all I hear is clapping. Here we go. Thanks anyways. Turkey for me, turkey for you. Let's eat the turkey in my big brown shoe. Love to eat the turkey at the table. I once saw a movie with Betty Grable. Eat that turkey all night long. 50 million Elvis fans can't be wrong. Turkey lurkey do and turkey lurkey dap. I eat that turkey, then I take a nap. Thanksgiving is a special night. Jimmy Walker used to say dynamite. That's right. Turkey with gravy and cranberry. Can't believe the Mets traded Darryl Strawberry. Turkey for you and turkey for me. Can't believe Tyson gave that girl BD. White meat, dark meat, you just can't lose. I fell off my moped and I got a bruise. Turkey in the oven and the buns in the toaster. I'll never take down my Cheryl Teagues poster. Wrap the turkey up in aluminum foil. My brother likes to masturbate with baby oil. Turkey and sweet potato pie. Sammy Davis Jr. only had one eye. Oh, turkey for the girls and turkey for the boys. My favorite kind of pants are corduroys. Gobble, gobble, goo, and gobble, gobble, giggle. I wish turkey only cost a nickel. Oh, I love turkey on Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Welcome, ICP fans, to another episode of the Indy Sports Car Podcast. Hey, Missy.
Hello, hello. And joining us tonight, we have a newbie. Here we go, a newbie on the show. He will be driving for B&N Racing for the 2019 Indy Lights season. Please welcome our first-time guest on the show, David Malukas. Welcome to the show, David.
Hello, thanks for having me.
David, it's a pleasure to have you, man. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, no problem. I'm super excited.
And, I mean, newbie's a stretch because, we did, Missy interviewed you. I lost count over the season last year. So.
Did I interview you?
No, I don't.
I think I did.
Yeah, you did. No, I remember.
Of
Yeah.
course
Did
you
I?
did. Yes, you did, Missy.
Was it Road America?
Uh, Twice.
You won at Road America. You swept the weekends.
Yes, yeah, I was at Road America, yeah, because that was my big one.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, new to join our show here and beyond instead of just an interview. Quick interview. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we want to get to know David Malukas. So David, tell us how you, I guess, started, got into racing, came up the ranks here, and and how you wound up here in Indy Lights now.
Yeah, it's been a big travel. So it all started when we were just in Michigan in the lake house, like just not a care in the world, just playing, whatever. And at the time, I wasn't really because I grew up with three sisters, so my life was a bit different than what it is now.
Oh boy.
Uh, yeah, it was they would, and I was the youngest as well, so they would like paint my nails and they would do
Oh,
all this, yeah, dress me up in girls' clothes. So it was bad, and I never really did any like guy stuff per se. So my dad, he ended up seeing something in South Bend, Indiana, local go-kart tracks. My dad's like, "Oh, come on, let's go." Didn't really want to go. Ended up going and did a few laps. Ended up loving it. We went the next 3 days in a row, and somebody over there saw me, the name of Brent Ebert, and he decided he wanted to coach me, and he coached me, and then from there, went to my first proper race for go-karts. Did really bad, but took a year and ended up winning. I won from series from WKA, USPKS, Route 66. Um, Won everything quite a bit in the United States. And that's when I actually met Bryn, was in go-karts, and he decided to take me to Europe and do some racing there, and ended up winning the world championship in Le Mans in 2015. So that made me blow up in Europe, and it was a crazy experience from there. And then from there, that led me to people contacting me from Dubai and Abu Dhabi, and did some Formula 4 racing over there. And then we went to back over here to the United States because I said this traveling is cool and all, but I want to go home. I want to stay local. So we decided to make our own race team, BN Racing, and yeah, went from USF and now going to Indy Lights next year. So it's just exciting.
That's so you basically started out in Europe. That's interesting. I did not know about that. So, you how about you talk a little bit about the differences between European style driving and driving over here?
Well, the Formula 4 stuff, it was obviously that was just a Dubai series, and the level there wasn't quite high. There's only me and four or five other people. It was kind of just to me to figure out, how a Formula car works. I was like completely clueless, and it was good to do it over there and be discreet so nobody can really, see me fail. But the go-karting wise, um, it's very aggressive compared to the United States. United States, to me, it felt the driving was a bit more calm and people were kind of more strategic. And then when I went to Europe, it was just, I mean, I was so overwhelmed. The first race I went there, it was, especially in PF in England, man, everybody was just, it was crazy. I was just getting passed left and right, like on top of me, beside me. I'm like, man, these people are crazy. And yeah, so I was there for a good amount of time. So, and then when I actually went back to the United States to do a few races, like local, and yeah, people said I was crazy like them in Europe. I didn't see much of it, but yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, you I think I was saying to Missy like last week that I would say the biggest like eye opening or like the biggest eye opener or how what's a good way to say it? I would say the biggest surprise coming out because you were a rookie last year in Pro Mazda, and then you basically just turned a whole lot of heads and put BNN and as a team on a map and you and into everybody's. I mean, basically, I mean the the Pro Mazda grid was probably the most talented grid out there, um, over the top three feeder series, and finishing fourth overall, behind VK, Parker Thompson, and Ollie is just very commendable. And I just want to huge congratulations to your last year there in Pro Mazda.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, with my strategy that I've had ever since I started, in my first go-kart race, what my plan is to always move up early. And I know, especially in Pro Mazda, we knew how the field was going to look and how competitive it was going to be. So that's why we moved up early, because we only did like half a season in USF and then decided to go up. And it's all just because I can put myself against people like Askew and VK and Thompson, because I know that they're better than me. So I can use their knowledge and race against them and kind of learn from them and put it in and mix it, with my own type of style and try to come up with something and just get better in that way. And in the Pro Mazda season, from the beginning to the end, I've changed completely as a driver, as I noticed with myself, and it's just like that, the satisfaction. I don't know. I could have finished like last in the championship points, but it doesn't even matter, because I just have that feeling that I learned so much, and that's like the satisfaction that gets me so motivated to just continue moving up and doing the next years.
Right. Can you expand a little bit more on how you changed as a driver from the beginning of the season to the end?
Yeah, it was just obviously just trying to keep myself calm during races and starts. In the beginning, I would make impulsive decisions, like going in for a pass. I'm like, oh, I see a pass here, and I don't really think about the consequences. Like if I were to go in, what would happen? I wouldn't really think about that. I'd kind of just be like, I'd go in, and it was just really quick. Like I wasn't really thinking while I was in the car. I felt like kind of, like immature. I was just making stupid decisions. And obviously from that, I would learn from when Thompson or VK would pass me or make defensive moves or make decisions like that. I would like learn from them, be like, oh, okay, it's really good that the way when they pass me, they kind of trick me by going to the right and then going back in, and messing with my mind and everything. So that's kind of how that went. It was mainly just stop making impulsive decisions and starting to think more of what move I make.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, like those that move that you were talking about, how you were passed by people using their mind and doing different moves. It kind of, for some reason, Rossi's move on willpower at the Indy GP last year just pops right up into my head right away.
Yeah.
You wouldn't happen to recall that, do you?
No, I do not, sadly.
It was a great move. If you ever get a chance to Google that, you might want to take a look at Rossi's move there, and you might learn a little something there. Because I'll tell you what, I think every driver should take a look at what Rossi did, because that was a thing of beauty.
Yeah, see that's another thing that I also need to work on is trying to find time to study from obviously IndyCar drivers and what moves they make. And obviously I've been watching a lot of F1, but obviously I kind of need to start watching more IndyCar, and I've been trying, but obviously now with this month it's just been so busy with me with schoolwork, but obviously that's another thing I need to get into.
Fair enough. Are you a senior in high school, or are you in college right now?
I am a junior in high school.
Junior high school. Okay, right on. So young. But you know what? Just being mature enough to see that you need to fix a few things, just shows how much, just like the level of maturity that you're at and you need to be, and I think it's really paying off for you.
Yeah, that's another big thing. Like, when you're immature, you always think like, oh, like why did he beat me? There's no reason he should beat me. And the hard thing is always to admit that you're in the wrong. And that's something I've always been trying to work for. And like instead of just I'm like when I catch myself that I'm about to get angry or make some stupid thought, I'm like, wait, but like just think of it in the other driver's perspective. Oh, okay, yeah, that was kind of your fault. Okay. And then I'd go back, review the footage and think of different ways I could have done that pass.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because in this season we've had so many stupid errors that I've made that's costed some points for us.
Some errors that weren't even your. I think I remember Mid Ohio. You had some kind. You were leading the race. You looked great, and then I don't know if it was an engine failure or something, and you just pulled off to the side, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, that was unlucky. Uh, yeah, I was gutted. Man, yeah, that was bad. I don't really know what to say there. Obviously we were leading the race, and I thought everything was good, just trying to stay calm and make sure don't make any mistakes. And next thing you know, and that was it.
I mean, obviously throughout the season you have like high moments and low moments. I mean, what was like your best moment that you were just like, yes, I'm on top of the world right now? And of course, I guess what was your lowest moment where you were just like, oh man, I don't, you know.
Highest moment would be Road America, clean sweep, and obviously it was just incredible. We were just so quick, and man, it was just such a good feeling. I just felt so unstoppable. I was like, oh, this is incredible, and I felt like I didn't like get like a win or anything in a long time, and I was so confident that race. Like I came in and I almost like knew it. I was like, this is it. This is gonna happen, because we had the tests before, and I knew we were quite quick. So I was like, all right, this is it. This is happening. I mean, everything clicked. The team, everybody was just, man, it was so good. It was really good feeling. And then the worst, oh man, I try to put these away. uh, Man, Mid Ohio.
They're learning experiences.
Mid Ohio was bad. Toronto also wasn't any good. Obviously, both races didn't finish. Um, there was a few.
To Toronto was, I think, yeah.
Yeah, that was not good.
So, uh, I mean, kudos to the safety team there, obviously, and yeah, you know what? How about you? Talk about Toronto for, real quick. Well, I just want to. I'm sorry. I'm blanking here.
That's fine.
I am talking. Okay, so you were involved in that in the incident in Toronto, correct?
Yes, there was obviously race one. I got involved with Thompson, and then race two, it was with Cunha, or it was McGinnis, Cunha. It was a bit. To be fair, that one it was just very unlucky. There was no obviously fault on either side, but it was just racing. So
Yeah. So it was the one camera. I would say the one camera got most of it, but didn't see the end of it. But thankfully, you walked away, and that's the most important part. Or I'm pretty sure you walked away, right?
yeah, no, yeah, of course. Obviously with Thompson, really early in the race, and yeah, I just made a stupid decision. Like I said, with these things I do, yeah, it was very impulsive, and for some reason I was very stressed that day. I don't know why, but yeah, that wasn't that good. But then race two, we made it all the way. There was about 2 laps to go, and I don't know. I think so. Cunha was behind me. McGinnis was in front, and I think Cunha went to the left. So then, and I was staying in the right, and I think he wanted me to go to the left, and I guess he thought I did. And then when he turned back, he sliced my tire, and then that was it for the race. I don't really know what happened there. Really confusing, but it was just a racing incident, because when you looked at the camera footage, it just didn't, you can't really tell.
Well, yeah. like you said, it's racing, it's hard racing, but yeah, I mean, like you're not going to race like a cleaner, more fair driver than Parker or Robert McGinnis. Um, now, who would you say was 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 the one driver that raced you the hardest like pretty much all year long?
Oh, the hardest. I'd say VK.
Okay, right on. Yeah. Now, is he like a fair type of driver? I mean, will he give you a little bit here and there, or is he almost like you have to fight for every inch?
No, no, he was quite fair. With him, it was more just challenges of speed. Like we'd always be in those situations where we'd be together and we have that like perfect amount of gap, and we'd be trying to chase each other down. It's either I'd be in front or he'd be in front, and we would just have like we would just get like a little bit closer, and then oh, now we pulled away a little bit, and then it's a little bit closer. It was kind of those situations, like in St. Pete in Mid Ohio.
Okay, and um, with your driving style and everything throughout throughout the season, where was what improvement of your style gave you the most speed back?
The improvement
Yeah,
of my
improvement.
style.
Yeah, I think I said that really horribly, to be honest with you.
It's fine.
Basically, I guess the best way to say what I just tried to ask is, where did you do better to make you gooder?
Oh my god.
But it worked. It worked.
Okay, so where did I do better to make it gooder?
To make you gooder, yeah. To make
To
you
make
more
me
gooder,
gooder.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Don't encourage them, David.
Okay.
That is professional broadcast journalism right there, folks.
That was a good one.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is where David says, "Yeah, ISCP, never again."
No, no, no. It's comedy. It's funny. No, I'd say just passing. That's definitely I would say what made me better. Just a lot of the passing. Just yeah.
You know what? I agree with you. I've learned over the years too by watching that the more passes you make, um, like the better position you get. Yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. Great observation, Frank.
Thank you, thank you. Well, hey, I do the best I can.
So that was your pro Mazda season. So
Yes.
now you're moving up to Indy Lights, and you've had some testing. You tested, I think the Velarde car, because you guys didn't receive your car yet, I believe. So how did that go? How do you think? Were you comfortable in the car? Were you just like, wow, this is a lot different than the Pro Mazda? Like, what are some of the differences between the Pro Mazda car and the Indy Lights car?
Yeah. So going into the Indy Lights, I had so many thoughts like the day before I was hopping into the car. Like I couldn't go to sleep. I was getting like so many things in my head. I'm like, okay, what about this and this? Like, how is that going to go? And how's that going to? So finally, when I got into the car, what I kept saying to myself, I was like, don't freak out. It's because obviously the Indy Lights car, it can kind of, give some emotions to you. Like when you look at it, you're like, whoa, okay. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like okay, this is no joke now. Wow. Okay. But going into it, I just kept on saying like, it's just a car on four wheels. It's fine. It's great. As soon as I went out, everything just went away. I was like, oh, this is awesome. Great. The car is a lot of fun to drive. It's incredible. Like, oh, it's so hard to explain. But so comparing to the Pro Mazda, I feel like that's the best way to explain it. The tires do take a bit longer to come in, but when they come in, the grip is unbelievable. And I thought going into the Pro Mazda, I'm like, man, nothing can beat the grip on this thing. This thing's insane. But as soon as I went to the Indy Lights, it just feels so good. And the power as well, oh my God. It's just, the acceleration is crazy. And when I going into the Indy Lights, obviously I was thinking, man, my arms are going to be sore. So I was really working out my arms, like going up to the Chris Griffiths test. And I was like, man, okay, got to get prepped. I'm looking a little bit weak compared to these other drivers. So, but when I went into it, it wasn't necessarily my arms, it was more my legs, because
Oh, really?
I never really thought about it because obviously with the Indy Lights, you're obviously pulling a lot more horsepower than the Pro Mazda. So obviously they make the pedal a lot stiffer, so it's easier to modulate. But obviously with the stiffer pedal, it's a lot harder obviously for the foot. So you got to be like more careful. The word's not really coming in my head, but I'd have to be more careful with it. And with that, it would be like you're always constantly giving pressure with the foot. So that really threw me off. I was like, whoa, okay.
I
So,
was gonna say neck muscles. Don't forget your neck muscles.
Yes, that as well. But I never really like to explain about that because people always call me names when I use the padding.
well, no, just do what TK does when he watches TV. He'll lay on his side and he'll hold his head up as long as he can, and watch TV. And before you know it, you don't even know you're doing it.
That's actually good. Just start doing it everywhere I'm at.
Yeah, yeah. Just
Reading a
whenever you're at,
book
you,
on the internet.
yeah. I mean, even if like you go into a movie theater and you just kind of lay across, like the armrests of a few, chairs, and everybody's like, "What are you doing?" Like, I'm just exercising my neck. Leave me alone.
That'd be so good. Yeah, I'm
No,
trying to think of what situation you could do that in. That would make it like quite weird.
driving.
Yes.
Just driving down the road, laying sideways with your neck up. Like,
Yeah.
what is he doing? Just driving from the back seat.
Sure, that would cause any attention at all.
I don't think so either. Yep. Missy's on the same page with me finally. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, what are you most looking forward to about the Indy Light season?
Most looking forward to the
Freedom 100. Oh,
exactly.
David. I'm sorry. She was talking to you.
Yeah, no, that was what I was gonna say, but I was trying to make it more dramatic, slowly bringing that up. But no, yeah, the Freedom 100. I'm really excited for it.
I mean, but bottom line, I think the last 6 Freedom 100s, I would say 4 out of the 6 were mind-blowingly amazing. And the other 2 weren't because I think of like a first lap wreck. I think Herta the one year, or last year was it, or 2 years ago, where Herta 2 years ago, yeah. But I mean, it's always like a 2, 3, 4. I mean, I remember that one year. I think it was Gabby almost had it, but then got past right at the last minute. That was amazing finishes. So Freedom 100 is always like one of my favorite races to watch for Indy Lights. So definitely.
Yeah. And me myself, I'm not too good on the ovals, and that's something that me like us as a team, they've learned. So we've been doing a lot of testing on that. So now I feel much more confident.
Yeah, because with Pro Mazda, the ovals that you did last year was it Gateway? Was it Gateway one?
Yes, Gateway, Lucas Oil. I think those are the 2. Unless am I forgetting one?
Iowa? Or no.
No. Yeah, just those 2, I think. Yeah. But obviously going into Lucas Oil, that was my first one ever.
Oh yeah, right. And how
Are you involved in an incident?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say yeah. As a matter of fact, I think that was one of the first times me and you talked was at Lucas Oil right before you guys took off. I was like, "Good luck, David." I was walking down pit lane.
Yeah.
I think it was like the first time. Yeah, yep. But that was before the race, so.
Yeah, I only can remember the bad things.
Gotta remember.
So let's move on.
Yeah, so moving on. So just get better at ovals this year, okay?
Exactly. Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Noted.
All right. I'll send you an email every week. Just
As a
reminding you.
reminder.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, someone.
Do you do any sim racing?
Oh yeah, of course. Right now I'm having a bit of an issue with it. I don't know what's really going on with it. I have to call the technician guy and see what's up with it. But
All right.
yeah, no, I test on it Man, I try to do as much as possible. So normally right before I go to bed, I do about 2 hours on it.
What kind of a sim do you like to use?
It's so I use iRacing or R Factor 2. And it's a nice. I have like a nice proper chair and everything, and like the triple screen, and yeah, it's really nice. It's kind of pimped out. It's kind of like the main show, and if somebody new comes to the home and we're showing them around, I save that for last.
Right on. What's your name in iRacing? Just regular name, David Malukas.
Yeah, yeah, just David Lucas.
All right, let me send you a request right now.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. Yeah,
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, 100%.
right on.
I'm pretty sure it's David Malukas. Yeah,
What
I think so.
what's your favorite kind of racing there on iRacing that you like to do you do like a lot of practices, or do you do some races that are already pre scheduled?
Well, I don't do like the actual. I haven't actually raced against somebody on it. I just do like just the practice type stuff. I forget because I don't really know how to get into those races. I've tried many times, but I can't find like how, where, or which way to go. And Sean's told me so many times that he's gonna help me, but he never does. I'm like, okay, but no, I just end up practicing on some track. Obviously, like especially if we're gonna, let's say, Road America, I just pop up Road America and just do laps on it with the Formula car
Oh, right on.
or the Indy car.
Well, and yeah, like the cool thing is like we could jump on Skype and then you can do iRacing, so we could talk to each other without like bugging everybody else that might be in there. It works pretty well, which is good. A lot of people. I mean, I used to do that a lot, but not so much anymore. Like somebody that you might know, Marty Davis and his wife Kristen and uh, son Parker.
Oh, yes, by the way, they say hi.
Yeah, yeah. Marty's like, just remember to tell David that Parker said hi. So Parker says hi, David.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, right back.
Right on. And by the way, I think it worked. I think I sent you the friend request. Yep,
Awesome. Okay, so I guess that was my name. Sweet.
right on. So, yep, that's gonna be fun. Fun for later. All right.
Yeah, well, we'll team up. We'll team up against everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I think I coached Marty to a win one race. That was fun because I crashed out lap one, so I just jumped into his cockpit. It's like, all right, save tires, save tires.
That's always the key.
Yeah, definitely. So, what's been your favorite track so far? Racing here compared to over in Europe.
Road
Favorite
America, he won that
road
twice.
Yeah, yeah, and USF. I also had a really good year in USF. So Road America, it's just I don't know. It's local. It's just I love it.
Oh yeah,
It's
home
great.
track. Yeah, we love it too. I mean, the walking will just murder you. I mean, somehow, no matter where you walk, it's always like you're walking uphill. I don't know how that track does it.
The best is going when you go down that hill with your whole entire team, your whole crew, and you guys all eat, and you all get back on the golf cart and try to go back up that hill, and then you all just end up pushing with your feet because it's just not going. And then and you just see every single person is just struggling to barely get past this hill. It's quite funny.
But I mean, the food is good though, isn't it? It's
Yeah, food was good. I really like the facility, everything. I did that zip lining thing. That was fun.
Missy. Go right ahead.
I know, it's on my to-do list. I haven't done it yet.
It was a lot of fun. I
I
did it with my
gotta do
sister.
it. It looks like a lot of fun.
What was that, David?
The zip line, I was just saying the zip line was a lot of fun. I went on it like 3 times with my sister because my sister Vicky, she likes to be on the edge, so she really wanted to go.
Right on. Right on. Excuse me. So, so let's see. So next year, Indy Lights. I mean, I mean, is this like a just like a dream come true to you?
Yes, it is, like completely. Like I never think I get this far. Like in the whole, especially throughout my whole go-kart type of like in that time, I'd always say to myself, I'd be like, man, this is a lot of fun, I'm really enjoying this. But I never really thought that get like somewhere here. And that really hit me when I got to USF and I saw the whole team and the car and everything and just being lined up with everybody else. And that's when it hit me. I was like, whoa, okay, this is kind of like a big deal now. Like, this is insane. I was like, I don't know this. Like, that's when I started, like, I was like, okay, changed up my whole, like, routine, changed up my sleeping schedules, my workout, my food, everything. That's when I, like, kicked it. Like, I was like, okay, time to focus. This is real.
Right on. I mean, yeah. I mean, and obviously your goal is IndyCar, right? That's your number one goal, right?
Yes, of course.
Right on. And let and I was another thing I was saying to Missy was, about 10 years ago, the racing climate was we got away from the best driver with the best talent is going to get the seat compared to the guy that is not as great, but he's got the money, right?
Yeah.
But because of the split and then getting back together again, IndyCar had to start rebuilding itself, so we were forced to have to deal with a lot of that. But lately, as of the last 2 years, it's starting to change. It's starting to, talent is starting to trump money. So, there's less and less seats for people to buy who don't really belong,
Yeah.
And your story is an example of what I'm saying as far as the change in the racing climate in IndyCar and where your talent is getting you to where you are. It's not just money. So, and that's very encouraging, extremely encouraging. And so I just want to, just wanted to throw it out there and just saying that, like, I'm really happy for you, hugely happy for you. And so is a lot of people. Trust me, you have a huge fan base, man. You really do, because I, now. You had mentioned you're a little bit superstitious, and so am I, and I don't like telling really anybody who we're having on the show until after we do, because you don't want to look foolish if somebody doesn't come on. But I did tell a few people that I know are huge fans of yours, and it was to the point where they were like, "Is there any way we can jump into the live stream and just hit mute?" So you can't hear us, but we can hear the interview going on, and that's how much they were like really excited that you were coming on. So I just wanted to let you know that, I'm sure that has to make you feel good inside there. Um, so I had a point to that beginning of that story. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, fan base,
Yes.
that's I was yeah, that's it's crazy to think about. Man, it's just like like I said, like I never really thought like I ended up having a fan base in the first place, and then it's a good feeling when you're walking down. My first encounter was it was I it was in USF, and it was towards like Road America, after I had like a good showing, and it was the first time ever when I was just walking to just go to the bathroom or do something, and people started coming up to me and asking for autographs and taking pictures and stuff, and that's it, the feeling that you get from that, it's mind blowing. Like you're like, wow, like this is like incredible. And then when I look at my comments, people are obviously being so nice, and people wanting me to post more and do this, and it's, man, it's like it's unreal for me. Like it's mind blowing.
Yeah, it's like you almost want to pinch yourself. Is this real? Is this real?
Yeah, this is what that always goes through my head. It's just like what was that Elon Musk thing? Like maybe I'm in a simulation.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you can't prove that we're not. right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's what he said. Yeah, but
Yeah.
coming from the guy that, yeah, is what does he want to do? Put computer chips in your brain?
Yeah.
Neuralink? Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. The the man's my hero. He really is.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Are you a big Elon Musk fan?
My family is. My dad especially. Man, I don't. My dad is insane, dude. He's such a big fan of Elon Musk. Um, we all have Teslas. We're all Tesla'd out.
Really?
Yeah, fully electric.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So name off the Teslas that your family has.
Well, okay. So sister, she has the P85. I
Oh,
have I have P85 plus.
oh,
My
you big dog.
Yeah, my dad. Well, let's say my dad for last. My mom has the Model X 90D. Yeah, that it's incredible.
Wow.
And then my dad has the 100D,
Oh,
the P100D.
Missy, take over. I have to go. I have to go. Never mind. Clean show.
I
Clean
know what a
show.
Tesla is, but
Clean,
you know, I
clean
don't,
show.
you know,
Clean
all
show.
those numbers after that. Yeah, I don't know.
Put it this way, he went from really great to just amazingly awesome.
And then my grandparents, they have the Model 3.
Right on. But do they have the long distance? I'm guessing.
Yes, yeah, long distance, yeah.
Right on. Yeah. I mean, if I had like, I mean, we don't have. We have a brand new Kia Sportage. The I think it's a 6 cylinder.
Next manufacturer. Next manufacturer. I'm telling you, it's going to be a shock to everyone. Kia, third manufacturer.
Oh, what? She's talking about the third manufacturer engine, Kia.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Ours is a 4-cylinder. It's not a 6.
yeah, we have the
It's got a
four-cylinder
turbo.
turbo.
Yeah, 4-cylinder with a turbo.
Has great gas mileage. I give it that. It's not a Tesla though, unfortunately. That will be our next car. But yeah, we're gonna have the Kia for a little while. But yeah, I'm a huge Tesla fan.
Yeah, my dad's just all about electric and the future. And obviously Tesla is the start of definitely the future, like 100%.
Oh yeah.
Everything it just makes so much sense. In the winter, it's a little bit not so good. It's because obviously batteries, they don't like the cold. So I struggle a little bit in the winter, obviously with the mileage wise, but if you time everything right, and it's fine. But there's superchargers everywhere now. It's coast to coast. You can literally go wherever you want, and you can make it easily with a Tesla. Um,
Yeah, I mean, even the shop rates over here. It's a grocery food store. Each one has about 6 to 8 charging pods at each store because I wired them all up, and they're pretty cool, and they're free. You know, if you have I mean, isn't it's amazing? It's like buying, a Chevy and them handing you a free gas card. The same thing, but
yeah,
you can't
this
beat it.
it's amazing. And I have two front trunks, no
Yeah.
maintenance. And if anything goes wrong, it's usually something with the screen or like my seatbelt starts making that beep noise and gets stuck. Call Tesla. 5 minutes later, I get a software update and it's fixed.
That's so cool. And how's the autopilot? Well, no, is the autopilot fully ready yet?
So obviously they have Autopilot 3, the 2.0. They don't have the 3.0 yet. The 3.0 is obviously it'll take you from point A to point B.
Right.
And my car doesn't have it because obviously my car's it's for the older generation, but my parents do. And my dad just got the new latest update where it can now take ramp exits and go from one expressway to the next. So
Wow.
it's crazy. And it knows now, and now it'll turn by itself. Like let's say you set it to 70 miles an hour and it catches up to a car at 60. Before it wouldn't do anything. Now, if it notices that there's nobody on the left lane, it'll go into the left lane, pass him, and then go back.
Oh, really? So before it would do anything, it would just crash into the back of the car?
No. It would just match their speed. It wouldn't like it
Oh,
wouldn't.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. No.
Oh, I was gonna
It,
say like, wait a minute, I haven't heard this.
no. It would just match their speed. But obviously
I got
now,
you
because
now.
obviously if you just have it set to 70 and they're going 60, it'll go around them to keep that speed.
I know. Yeah, and the great thing about the Teslas are, they already have the hardware, set in them. They're just waiting for the software to be updated, basically to catch. They're waiting for the technology to catch up to what the car is ready for, right?
Yeah. Also, obviously issues with it being legal. Also with that, because they have
Right.
to perfect it. I forget what the rule was, because like for humans, like there's something about a human making like the chance of a mistake compared to like the AI. So
The
there's
whole
also that. Like
ethics.
they're trying to perfect that.
Yeah, it's almost like, say, for example, there is something like it's either if you go down, this route, you might run over uh, one person, but if it swerves and hits the three people, will it swerve or will it not swerve? It's like trying to like think, what, like if there's a definite loss of life that is going to happen regardless, like you can't you can't avoid the loss of life, so it's either choice A or choice B, um, and they're trying to figure out which one to do with. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, it'd be something. Yeah, it'd be situations like that. And obviously, with if it was, let's say if it was a, if let's say the whole road, all the roads, they were all driven by Teslas being autopilot. Everybody had a Tesla that was autopilot, and nobody drove. Then there would be no issues because obviously every Tesla would know where each Tesla is. Every robot, the AI, would know everybody. They would all like they'd all make it perfect. Like Elon Musk said that it's already perfect to go, but he said it's not perfect to go against humans making errors,
Right, right.
if that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect. I mean, it's basically why we don't have flying cars.
Yeah. Well, he said flying cars would suck because they're like really loud.
Yeah, and plus, I mean, what, it say something happens like a mechanical breakdown, you
No, yeah, that's gonna be
you don't
yeah.
want them coming through your roof.
Well, that's why he said if I can't go up, I'm gonna go down. So now he's making those tunnels
Yep, the
for
whole
the hyper thing, the train or I don't know whatever what that
it's
thing
called
is, but
yeah, it's called the Hyperloop,
yeah, Hyperloop, yeah. And
and the
then
Boring
just
Company.
the Boring Company, yes. And then I know they made like a flamethrower, and my dad
Yep,
was like, "I need to buy that right now." I'm like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, I need it." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Because Elon Musk made it." I'm like, "Oh,
yep.
uh,
Yeah, he made 45,000 and sold out in like it was a few hours, I think.
yeah, that's crazy." He could literally sell anything. He could sell a brick that just says the Boring Company on it and just spray paint it white, and it'll be sold out.
I would buy it right away.
Yeah, honestly, I put it in a collection.
Yeah, I mean, and then move on to SpaceX and how he's changing the world that way. I mean,
That's insane.
I mean, was the Falcon Heavy just one of the coolest things you ever saw?
Yeah, that was. It almost didn't look real, especially when the small rocket thrusters landed back down. It looked like something out of a movie.
And yeah, and the sonic booms that was right before they landed. Oh, it was so cool.
Yeah, it was incredible.
I really wish I was down there. Like, I mean, I'm definitely going down there for the next launch. I think the
Yeah.
next launch will be in April. I want to say.
I hate to be the party pooper and bring everyone back to
Oh,
racing
right, racing,
because we
right.
have
Oh
we
yeah.
have a limited time here, so
Sorry. Yeah.
to wrap this
We
up.
yeah, we've been talking Tesla for the last 20 minutes.
That's what happens though. It's
No,
just
it's totally cool. It really is. And,
yeah.
we're getting to know David Malukas. That's what this is all about, guys. So
Oh, I also well, just in general, my whole family we're all electric. So I have also an electric skateboard that goes 22 miles an hour.
that's kind of crazy. Does it have the handle on it or?
No, it's just a skateboard. It has
Oh,
the electric motor underneath, and I have a little remote to control the speed and regenerative braking. And yeah, I just put my helmet on and go.
that's about the only way I'd be able to skateboard. You know, I mean,
Yeah, it's
because
actually so much easier. People were but you don't, because I never knew how to skateboard,
me neither.
but I just went straight to that. But the thing is, though, I never have to rebalance myself because I never have to put my foot off.
That sounds so cool.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just so much easier.
Now, alrighty. So, uh, okay, Missy, bring it back to racing, Missy.
She's what else do we need?
Put you
Oh,
put you on the spot there.
yeah.
I do
Um,
too all the
that's,
time.
uh, now, so I heard we have some superstitions.
Yes,
Tell me about
superstition.
these superstitions. Is there certain things you have to do on certain days, or race day versus qualifying day, or?
Yes, so it's a bit weird. Hopefully nobody judges, but yeah. So for instance, let's say race one and race two, race one Saturday, race two Sunday. Race one went really, really well, and it was a good day. So that means whatever I did on Saturday, I'd have to do on Sunday for race two. So what time I woke up, the time I woke up no, that doesn't have to be the same, but it should be things like the way I picked up the toothbrush, and like what hand I'd use the toothpaste on, and the way I'd brush my teeth, and what I would get for breakfast, and what route I took to the track. Like those things would all have to be the same if the day went well. But obviously, if the day didn't go well, then it doesn't have to be the same. But if it went well, I'd have to be the same exact thing. And if I didn't, then I would just have, it would always be going in my head that like, oh, I messed up the day. I messed up the day. Um, so yeah, that's the one weird thing that I do.
So if it doesn't go well, so the next day you're like, okay, I can't brush my teeth this way. I gotta do it a different way. Let me see.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a bit weird, I know, but I don't know. That's just how I don't know. This is how I am.
Totally not judging. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
it's just
No, I'm
yeah.
kidding. Everybody has their quirks, so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
different.
nobody even knows that. I don't think anybody even. I don't. My parents don't know. I'm pretty sure nobody at BN knows. Yeah, nobody even knows about that. So there we go. The podcast knows it first.
Nobody really listens to this podcast anyway. I'm sure nobody will hear this.
I beg to differ.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
they will feel better, right?
yeah. Just looking at
All,
the
all of
phone.
our three listeners,
uh,
which will be me, Frank, and David. So that's all.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can listen to my own voice. To me, it sounds a little bit. It's hard to listen to my own voice. I always
yeah,
cringe. I'm like, no.
yeah, it took me about 50 shows to get past that.
Yeah, it's tough.
But I kind of have to listen to it just to make sure everything kind of came out right.
Yeah.
Quality control, and plus I like to learn from my 115 mistakes I do every show. But I mean, last week was better. I only had 113, so I'm doing better.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's a lot better.
Thank you. Hey, I mean, baby steps, baby
Yeah, of
steps.
course.
Oh, before we end this or anything, Dave, where can they find you at? Like Facebook, Twitter, you
Oh yeah, let
Instagram?
me do my
Uh,
plugs.
yeah.
So Instagram, simple, just David Malukas. Twitter, it's Malukas David, or you can search David Malukas. They'll both pop up. Facebook as well, David Malukas Racing, and I'm soon gonna have a website coming up, so davidmalukas.com. And yeah, so that's everything's coming.
And also on iRacing, David Malukas.
Yes, hit me up on iRacing and destroy me so I could learn.
There you
And
go.
of course, you can always find our stuff at www.theindysportscarpodcast.com.
Right on. And where can they find Christian's book at, Missy?
Oh, you can find Christian's book at Barnes and Nobles, Books a Million, Amazon.com, and other fine retailers.
And what's the name of that book?
That would be My Life and Story, The Outside Groove.
Forwarded by Willie T. Ribs. Right on. So definitely support Christian. So you know he'll be in that autograph signing line next year for the USF 2000 series. Hopefully, we're fingers crossed.
And there's only two things I wanted to throw out. Santino Ferrucci is signed for Dale Coyne for the 2019 season. So there's another breaking news. I guess we'll talk about more of that. There's plenty more off season to go, but that just happened yesterday actually.
What do you think about him there, David?
Well, I've known him since I was really little, and obviously he was a lot older at the time, and it was way back in South Bend, and it was a go-kart race, and I remember everybody there was like whispers of him, and nobody really obviously saw him, and he came from Europe or I don't know where, and he showed up and he just destroyed everybody, and I've known him since then. I don't know, and obviously I can't really remember. I was so little, but I'm pretty sure I did talk to him when I was young and hanged out with him a little bit. But other than that, then I didn't really see him.
I mean, until he was all over the news last year.
Yeah, exactly. And then I was like, oh my God, no way.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was
So
like. I was, I mean, so first impressions are the ones that last, right?
yeah,
But then I was like, well, everybody deserves a second chance. So let's see how he does. Hopefully, he doesn't use his car as as an exclamation point.
I mean,
And
everybody makes mistakes. His only fault right now is his hero is probably Sebastian Vettel. But we know that's that you can't run into other people's cars. So.
yeah, I mean, David, that is one of the first things they teach you, right? Don't crash into your fellow drivers on purpose, right?
yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, that's the first thing that goes in the briefing.
Yeah, I would say, driving 101, don't crash, especially into
Yeah,
other people on purpose.
exactly. Yeah, you got to be aggressive though. You definitely have to be aggressive, but you can't crash.
That's true. That's true. I mean, being aggressive, then, after the race is over on the cool down lap, you basically let your teammate know how upset you are with them. It's that shouldn't happen.
Uh,
And of course, everybody had to jump all over him with the whole "Make America Great" thing, because why not? You know,
yeah.
I mean, but
We're not getting into that. Don't even go there.
hey, I don't have a problem with it. Everyone else does, it seems.
So yeah, that's
I'll just third party that conversation.
that's just
Exactly, because if
the
I had
only
to pick one,
IndyCar.
I'd be a third party. Trust me, I wouldn't pick either one.
So yes, that's the only thing that really came out in the IndyCar world. Oh, and also just the IndyCar talks with Australia were encouraging. So, but that won't be for 2020 if it happens. So, I guess more to come on that in the future year. Um,
I think it's going to happen. David, what do you think, buddy?
I hope it's gonna happen, and it definitely will happen, and you'll see me there.
Great answer.
oh,
Missy, do you agree?
absolutely.
Yeah, I really hope so too. I agree, 100%, 100%. And then, F1's last race of the season, Abu Dhabi, is coming up this weekend,
Yep.
which it's a total, waste. I mean, not waste, but does doesn't matter at all, really.
Yeah, yeah, everything's kind of all said and done. My favorite track though, Abu Dhabi. It's absolutely beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous. I mean, night racing on that track. I mean, it really is a sight to see.
Yeah, it's just not necessarily made for the Formula 4 I drove. Straight away was just a tad bit too long.
What now? The Formula Four is like, what's your top speed there?
Uh, Man, that I can't remember. Oh, wait. Uh, Man, Yeah, I literally can't remember. Can't even ring a bell.
What car would you compare it to over here in the States?
Um,
Is like a Pro Mazda or or a
no, no,
USF?
oh no, no, no. It'd be it'd be like US. No, it'd be even a bit slower than USF.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now and Formula 4 they race like Mercedes engines over there, right? In them.
yeah. Well, not at the not at Dubai. And in Germany, it was I don't even want to say it because I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Oh, I forgot to say that. Oh my God, how could that slip my mind? I did some Formula 4 racing in Germany as well, quite a bit actually.
Oh, right on. Was it a German-based series, like only
Yeah,
German?
the
So,
ADAC.
oh, so you got to do Nürburgring and
Yeah,
Hockenheim, and
I did all of it. Yeah.
oh, that's so. I mean, did now at Nürburgring, did you ever do the Monster?
No.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, did you ask every day?
I tried. I tried. Um, but no, yeah. It was fun experience. It's quite different there, especially when language barrier. That was also quite tough for me.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but I didn't do so good.
No, why not?
No. Um, well, I don't want to be mean, but
It's
I
okay.
think it was the, I don't I think it was the team.
That's fair enough. I mean,
You know us driver, we never blame ourselves.
well, it's because it's never your fault. It's always the team's fault.
Exactly. Yeah, it's always somebody else's fault.
Yeah, it's either another driver's fault, or it's the team's fault, or it's the owner's fault, or it's the series' fault, track's fault,
Yeah, but it's
fans'
never,
fault.
but never. Oh, okay, maybe not that one, but
Jimmy Rollins. Yeah, okay, I'm kidding.
uh,
Brother, that's awesome though. I mean, what was your favorite track there in Germany?
favorite track. The facility was not great, nor the location, but the track was a lot of fun. Oschersleben.
Oh, okay, right on. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's in the middle of nowhere, and I had to stay. That's where the team was actually based as well, was at that track. And there was one hotel for 20 miles, and that's where I stayed at. And I stayed there for like 3 months, and it was awful.
It was just,
It
it,
was,
it was
it
just
was,
an awful
I,
experience.
it was, yeah, it wasn't
That's
fun.
great.
But the driving though and the track was absolutely amazing. Like the track was so much fun and it was great. But the weather, the location, the facility, nothing was great.
How about the food?
The food was really good, but obviously I was staying at this hotel for 3 months, so the food got very repetitive.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of sausages.
A lot. And those schnitzels too. I had so many schnitzels. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Schnitzel here and a schnitzel there, and a
Exactly.
schnitzel everywhere. Oh, good God. I had to do it. I'm sorry. I started and
Yeah,
I couldn't stop.
it's
Uh,
fun.
I just want to just go back to F1 for a second before because we're going to end this very, very soon, very, very soon. The only other F1 news was I don't know, I'll probably butcher his name, Robert Kubica
Yes.
agrees to drive for Williams in 2019.
Ooh.
But,
I saw
oh yeah, yes, 2019 he will be racing for Williams.
and this will be Fernando Alonso's last F1 race, right?
Yep, his last F1 race. Well, for now, who knows what the future will bring.
I do. He's going to race in the Indy 500 this upcoming season. And then 2020, McLaren goes full time without a Honda engine because Honda has already come out and said they will not supply them with an engine. Who saw that coming?
Yeah, it's crazy what happened.
I know. I mean, what do they have prior history?
Yeah.
I can't imagine what it would be. Oh, brother. That's why I always say don't burn bridges. Yeah, may may make sure you leave on a high note. So,
That's just about everything. And David, before we let you go, we do have two questions that we ask all new drivers to the show.
Okay.
These are the hardest questions you're ever going to answer. Are you ready?
Okay. And the pressure is building.
Yes.
yep, get ready.
Here they come. So your first question is, what keeps you most comfortable in the car regarding your gloves and your boots? What's your favorite brand?
My favorite brand?
Yeah. Who do you wear?
Oh, Freem, of course. Oh, Freem. Oh, I love Freem.
That's
Oh,
I have not heard that.
Freem is my favorite. I fully geared out on Freem.
All right. And then your second question is, in regards to your boots, do you like a harder or softer sole?
Oh, harder. I'd say harder. Yeah, harder.
Oh,
Wow,
Mm.
the tides they are a changing, Missy.
yes, they are. All right.
I swear for the first 2, maybe even 3 years, it was always if you're open wheel, it was soft, but if you're sports car, it was hard because of the heat. Um, but as of late, it's all been hard sole. Hmm. Interesting. Very
Yeah.
interesting.
I don't know. I know the Freem, it's hard. So yeah. That's what
Now,
I'm used to.
now Freem, can you spell that?
Freem.
Freem. Okay. Right on. I mean, I have Sparko gloves, but hey, I'm gonna have to check out the frames.
Yeah, I actually got new gear from them, so I'm gonna have all my logos and my name all on the undersuit as well, all the undergear.
Right on. And when your website is up, are you gonna have merch?
That is the plan. I'm so excited for that. Oh,
That definitely. And well, just let us know as soon as it goes up, and we'll post it up on the Facebook fan page and Twitter and everything.
ooh, give me a shout out. Yay.
And of course, definitely, man, definitely.
Absolutely.
And this definitely won't be the first time. You'll be on before now. Um, uh, just real quick, the Daytona 24. A lot of teams are always looking for open wheel racers. Do you think you might be interested in racing for IMSA for any of the endurance races this upcoming year?
Mm, yes, actually, yeah, I would.
Right on. All right. So
Wait. We can't stop there. Hold on. Is that we have something in the works and I just can't say yet? Answer?
uh,
No,
Yes.
I didn't. No, I didn't say anything. Wait, what happened? Happy
And on
Thanksgiving. Okay.
and on that note, you know that I know that Frank, well, sometimes he knows. And now, David Malukas knows, Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We just wanted to say we are most thankful for our friends and family, and most especially all of you, our ISCP fans. So, from the ISCP family to yours, we hope you have a very happy Thanksgiving.